Hello, welcome to our lesson on order of operations. Here is an acronym that I'm sure you're very familiar with. PEMDAS. This is what we use to help us follow order of operations. So let's briefly go through what they stand for. So the P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. So whenever you have parentheses in an expression, you would evaluate whatever operations are inside that parenthesis. Next, you would look for any exponents. So exponents are those little numbers above your base that tell you how many times to multiply the base. Now here's something that we need to really watch out for. Students are still making this mistake. M and D stand for multiplication and for division. However, the correct order of operation should say multiplication or division, whichever comes first, going left to right. So for example, let's say that I had 8 divided by 4 times 2. If I follow the left to right rule, I should do the division first, then multiply. But some students make a mistake. They think because the M is listed before the D that they're supposed to multiply first and then divide, and that's not true. They both have the same hierarchy in the order of operations. So the correct way to do this expression would be 8 divided by 4, and then you would times it by 2. All right, let's say I had 8 times 4 and divided by 2. Well, again, I'm going to follow left to right rule. So for this case, I would multiply first, 8 times 4. Then divide by 2. Now, the same holds true with addition and subtraction. Okay, so again, some students will think that since the A is listed before the S, they should add before they subtract. So let's say I had like 10 minus 1 plus 4. All right, some students would skip over the subtraction and add and then subtract, and that would be incorrect because they both have the same hierarchy in the order of operations. Going left to right, what I should do is subtract and then add. So be aware of that when you use your order of operations. All right, here's example number 1. Let's go ahead and follow our order of operations, our PEMDAS. So we're looking for parentheses, there are none. Looking for exponents, and there are none. So now let's look for multiplication or division from left to right. So going left to right rule, let's do 10 divided by 2 first. Okay, that's going to equal 5. And then we'll go 5 times 5, so that's 25. And left to right, addition or subtraction. Well, subtraction is occurring first. Let's do that. And then let's add. So for number 1, example 1, we should get 29. Example number 2. Let's start by looking for parentheses. Okay, here we go. 10 plus 2, that's equal to 12. And now let's do our exponents. We have 5 squared, that's 25. And we have 6 squared, that's 36. And left to right, we're now going to do the division next. Okay, so we did our exponents. There is no multiplication. We're doing the division. And then we'll do either adding or subtracting. So 36 divided by 12, that's 3. And then 25 plus 3, this time we get 28. All right? Now, you can go ahead and pause your video if you like to, but here's one that's a little bit different. Okay, now this is called nested grouping because we have more than one grouping symbol. So here we have like a bracket, okay, that's considered a grouping symbol, and then inside the bracket we have a parenthesis. So whenever you have nested grouping like this, always start in the innermost grouping symbol. In this case, it would be right in here. All right, so we're going to start there. We have 4 squared minus 3 squared. So 4 squared is 16, and 3 squared is 9. So that's 16 minus 9, that's going to equal 7. All right, next we have 21 divided by 7, which is 3. And we have an 8 on the outside of that bracket, which means we're going to multiply. So 8 times 3, the answer for this is 24. All right, example number 4. Let's look for parentheses. Okay, we have a couple of them. So we're going to do inside our parentheses first. And inside the parenthesis, I'm going to go 10 divided by 5, then multiply by 3. So I'm applying the left to right rule for multiplication or division. So 10 divided by 5 is 2, and then 2 times 3 is going to equal 6. And here we have 2 times 6, which is 12. Now let's do our exponent. 6 squared is 36. And then 36 divided by 12, this answer is 3. Okay, so how are you feeling about this? It's not too hard. All right, we have one last one to do. This is another example of nested grouping. So we're going to start at the innermost grouping symbol, which would be right here. All right, so that's negative 10 minus 10. Okay, how much is that? No, it's not 0. This is going to be negative 20. This is the same as adding negative 10 plus negative 10. All right, so that's negative 20. And I have a negative 20 plus the negative 20 plus 30. Okay, so that's all addition. So we're going to do all that together. Negative 20 plus negative 20 is negative 40. Negative 40 plus 30 is equal to negative 10. So we get negative 10 inside that grouping symbol. There's a 5 on the outside, and it's plus 100. Okay, that 5 means we're going to multiply. So 5 times negative 10 would be next, which is negative 50. And so we're adding 100 plus negative 50. Those are different signs, so we're subtracting, and we're keeping the sign of the bigger number. So we get positive 50 for the answer. Okay, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Read some books.